Mr. 700. You are now tuned in to AllOva Radio, live from Podcast Suites, Dallas, Texas. Round of applause for consistency. You know what it is, what we bring. I'm gonna go through them real quickly because y'all know what it is. I got my brother to my left.
Hey, yo, what it is, baby? What it do?
I got my man Pink Tigers in the building.
Wow.
Okay. I got my brother Rakim Al-Jabbar in the building.
Yeah, this beat is crazy. Fuck everything else.
Shit. And the incomparable trial daddy himself. We got him back in the building, baby.
Yeah, nigga. Catfish God, nigga. Stop playing.
Yeah, the arm, I see it. Bryson Blue Paul in the building. What's up there, brody? Hey. And we also got my man B Original in the building as well. We're going to talk about a little bit of hip-hop, man, seeing that we celebrating 50 years of it.
Yes, sir.
And we hadn't done like an official episode about that. So we do a lot of top 50 lists and shit like that, and we talk about who's the top 50 rappers, but I think it's a lot more that goes into it, so I think it's dope we get the opportunity to do this. But in the meantime, what's up with y'all, man? How y'all brothers been?
I'm offended, I'm not going to lie.
You offended?
Because when I mentioned a beat that was fire in the background, you told me that rappers couldn't mention beats like while the podcast was going. That Rock clearly just did that and you kept going.
No, we didn't say rappers couldn't mention beats.
Literally the first time I was here, you was like, yeah, dog, I got one rapper here. They can't be talking about how fire the beats is. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I think there was a miscommunication or misinterpretation of the rules.
That nigga went outside and hit that cocaine. You know that guy.
He said that. He said rappers.
Yeah,
damn, bro.
We gotta go back to that episode.
It wasn't
damn.
It didn't have the vitriol that I may have.
Say it was no smoke with that?
Yeah, not a side of it.
No, what I will say is every time we play beats, that's kind of the response we get is people that want to rap to them. But nah, you can mention them. You know, it's all good.
My nigga went straight to the cocaine. He didn't even say.
For him to even say that is wild because of the conversations we've been having. It's like, bro, you can't like just air shit out.
I didn't even think about that.
That's like, bro, you crazy.
I'm trying to figure out why your eyes bucky. You charging my nigga up.
I would never charge caution up.
Nothing wrong with a little cocaine.
He like, tell that nigga he can't mention the beats.
Yeah. He just mentioned the beat, bro. Tell him he can't do it. Tell him what you told me.
Viral clip though.
Viral clip. No, that's a fact. Listen, and that's another thing. Shout out to all the clips, bro. I figured some shit. I got smarter. I finally fed into the artificial intelligence part of everything, right?
Word.
So you just dropped the link into the program. What? It gives you the title. So all the fancy title names you may have seen I put on them clips, that's not me, bro. I'm not that creative. That comes from the artificial intelligence. It gives you a score, so it'll tell you to take 10 clips from your episode, and it'll say this one gets an overall 99 score, so that you get higher retention rate and all that. That shit works, bro.
Yeah,
I need to work. Speaking of which, hold on, we got to talk about. We got to go. I'm gonna start the show this way because it was some niggas who had a problem with the Pusha T take, so we got to read comments from niggas. You know, we did that. It's just me though, because y'all was on point with what we was talking about. It was me because I was being the devil's advocate essentially, right? So that's where I got the backlash. But I'm cool with that. I ain't ducking no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, what nigga told me the first post was most of the drill rappers only talk about killing and scheming. It's about delivery, production, and the feeling it gives you for the love of music. That was one. Then I was asking what song does he have? They said a song where he dissed Drake. And then somebody said, "Who is the nigga? The nigga that's talking? Where's his catalog?" Oh shit! Another nigga said, "Mr. Me Too."
Hold the fuck up. Shit. Plug your shit though. He gonna be fucked up, nigga. He gonna be fucked up.
I gotta stay in media mode.
Tell him pull up for a hit list. Let's see how you do.
He got my nigga fucked up.
Somebody said it's a troll video, clearly for not likes and subs, or somebody got brain damage. And then it's another nigga who went into a deep diatribe. So what I have to say to y'all is everybody on this show is Pusha T fans. I think I can say that, with a straight face. But in order for an argument to be an argument, there has to be adverse opinion sometimes. So if we all got up here and just said, I agree, then we move on quickly. So I was given a little information that felt like it would be a good argument to make, and I made it, so I don't feel bad about it. But no, we appreciate y'all watching. No, we do.
Yeah, and it is for subscriptions. Nigga, subscribe to the motherfucker.
Hit that like
Get on this motherfucker.
Don't just watch it, click.
Nah, for shit in the comments. We want to hear it.
Facts.
We don't fire back every time.
Nah, man. So shout out to hip hop though, man, and 50 years of celebration. Rakim, you had a very poignant question you asked on Facebook the other day. Please repeat what you asked as far as like what was your give me that question.
And
again.
for real, people need to pay attention to the question.
They never do.
Because y'all slow as a motherfucker on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? The question is, what was your first encounter with hip hop? Now, since you niggas is slow, I'm gonna be specific. Not rap music. Hip hop. So that means whether it was graffiti, breakdancing, DJing, or then MCing, which comes last. For me, I seen niggas breakdancing before I seen anything else, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, see, I think my uncle was a DJ, so that was like my initial introduction. Like just not even knowing what he was mixing or what he was doing, it just seemed like the nigga was live as fuck. And whenever he would start, him and his homies would be on, the old school videos where it's a DJ, it's like 4 niggas around him just dancing. This is before niggas was rapping and shit, and everybody was just dancing. That was like my first memory of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? No rapping at all.
Nah, hell nah.
For real.
So I'm a little younger than y'all, but believe it or not, mine started with graffiti.
Nice.
People tagging the walls up because I was into skateboarding when I was younger and fatter.
Gotcha.
And that kind of led into the music and the culture of skateboarding. Kind of adopted hip hop because it was the music of the rebels and skateboarding was the art of the rebels.
That's a fact.
Because I didn't even like hip hop before I got to skateboarding. I was like, oh, this shit weird. I was a different kid.
No, that's crazy. That's a different outlook.
My bad, excuse me.
It could have been rap for you though. It just
I mean, that because like I think I put in the comment. Listen to watching my pops reciting Slick Rick's children's story.
That's it.
Even moms chimed in on it. So I just remember that vividly. Them two rapping that song. That was like one of the first songs besides LL. You know what I'm saying? All that. Mom said knock you out, blah blah blah. Like that was the first real encounter with hip hop, even rap.
Yeah, if you had hip hop parents, it would be your parents. Right. Playing a song,
my pops introduced me to all that, the Wu-Tang, Tupac, all that. Even before
my mama wasn't into hip hop, so I had to run into it outside. She didn't fuck with that shit at all.
Yeah, that's dope.
What about yours, Bryson?
Nah, mine was the music. My first was the music, just what came on the radio.
Do you remember what song though?
Man, the one I can think. Oh man, you know what? I got a hell of a hip hop story though. I got my ass beat. But my earliest one I can think of is Crisscross.
Pause. Why you get your ass beat?
Is that a pause? Is that a pause? Did he put pause before it? Like
you can never be too sure these days.
Our video, you can order videos on TV, right? All right. So my mom did it one time, and
the box.
Oh shit! I already know what you did.
Yep. My mom did it one time, and her ass messed up because she let us watch her do it. I would go in there. I ain't really know how. I mean, I knew like the phone bill and all that. I knew how it worked, but I didn't think too much into it.
Right.
Man, when I tell you for a whole month straight, I was in there ordering all kinds of music videos. And then every music video that popped on, I ordered that much. LL Cool J, Crisscross, everybody. Boy, when my mom came later on that month and saw the phone bill, that shit was $2,000.
Beat that bill out.
And she said, "What the hell is this?" And she called us in the room. She called me, my brother, and my sister in the room, and she was like, "Who was on here ordering all these videos?" And I tried to play it off like, "No, you did it. They just." She was like, "No." My mom obviously old. I'm young. She already know. She said, "Hey, who did this?" And we didn't want to tell who did it, so she was like, "All right, so y'all ain't gonna tell me who did it. All right, all y'all getting it."
Right. So tell me this: out of all of the elements of hip hop, what would you say would be your favorite per se?
I'm gonna say graffiti.
Graffiti.
But see, breakdancing though is so crazy.
Yeah.
Breaking is retarded.
Breaking is so crazy, and then knowing that it comes from Africa for me is just like the cultural connection.
I relate to graffiti to Metal Nets,
Yeah, writing on the walls.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same.
I can't really pick one element. I think all of them, for me, because they go back into so many other places, it's just like it's connecting me to a whole different culture without connecting me to a whole different culture.
I'd probably say, of course, rapping. just the historical knowledge of it as well. That has to play a part. But not rapping for me. Outside of maybe DJing would probably be my favorite. Just the art of it all has always been, even before I knew how to rap, just, you know, the process of it. Niggas was always the coolest niggas around.
Oh,
you know
no,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Right,
So it's like shit, the basketball players want to be the rappers, you know what I'm saying? The
Everybody
niggas
want to be a rapper.
You see what I'm saying? Like, no matter what industry it is, if you dig deep enough, like whether it's acting, philanthropy, all them niggas, if you go in their notebooks, they got a 16 somewhere
Niggas got
waiting for you. Everybody got a 16 waiting for you. So what's a moment in hip hop that you remember the most? Like, just if you could pick a moment, it could be more than one, or like a moment that you remember that kind of sticks out the most.
Mine's gonna be when Pac died. That shit was all over the TV.
Yeah, that is
all
true.
over the radio.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
eyes were really on
weeks.
Yeah, for real though.
Weeks at a time, all hours of the day.
Yeah,
Tupac
mine
this,
will probably
Tupac
be a
that.
tie-in to that too. The whole East Coast, West Coast thing. I think him and Biggie dying and how that all started and played out. I'd probably say that's probably the most significant impact. Seeing and them dying as the outcome of it is like, not to say something fucked up, but it's like the perfect ending to that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I say that's for me. That'd be it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Ja Rule 50 Cent shit.
Oh, I'm not mad at that.
Because I was a major Ja Rule fan at that
how
point.
could you not be though?
And then
That nigga was killing shit at that time.
Right. I'll never forget one of my mama homegirls was playing the 50 Cent mixtape when we was in the car one day. And I like asked for that hoe. You know what I'm saying? I would play 50 at home in my boombox and I would still defend Ja Rule at school. You know what I'm saying? I was polarized with it myself. Like I ain't know who to choose, what to do.
Now, do you feel now within the statement of that? I seen Ja Rule made a statement to say 50 basically made people hate him for the shit he was doing and turned around and did the same thing. But I don't think that's what happened. I never remember 50 shitting on Ja Rule for singing.
He did.
He did.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
crazy to me. I just couldn't remember like
You sing for hoes that sound like the Cookie Monster. That's one bar off the top of my head. Like,
he did.
I was studying 50 in my room by myself.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He was shitting on that nigga, bro.
But it was like he was still making. Well, 50 didn't really have a lot of ladies records the first album though.
No, but he was extremely melodic.
He was.
50 is that first rapper. 50 was so big overseas because he realized that they could follow the melody even if they didn't know English.
That's true.
Because you get Many Men is melodic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But wasn't he always like that though?
No.
Like from the rip, he wasn't.
No.
But like early with like the I Smell Pussy and all that shit, like that was early 50
No, that's
for the
not
most
early.
part.
No,
That's not
that
early.
was after.
It's not early 50.
Yeah,
That was after what?
How to rob is when you start.
That's after.
Well, that was that's like 50 Cent is the future though.
He
Like,
had like
that's not-
power,
that's what- you gotta
power
go-
of a dollar.
Power of a Dollar.
50 before he got his first deal.
Yeah.
Because you gotta remember, 50 he gets signed to Columbia.
Yeah, he was signing Columbia.
Then he gets dropped.
Yeah.
Right? Then he come back with all that other shit that everybody knows him from. But everything he did pre-Columbia and while he was at
Well, it
Columbia
was
is
pretty
not
tough
really
though.
talked
Yeah,
about.
he was rapping.
50 Cent historian.
Destiny Child.
That's true though.
Destiny Child was his first single. They was featured on his first single.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Destiny Child
Okay.
was gonna be featured on his first single.
Nah, that's crazy though. Bryson, what's the moment you remember in hip hop,
Earliest.
or whichever one that stick out to you the most?
Oh, the one that stick out the most has to be like Biggie and Pac.
That shit, like I said before, that shit was just, I just remember it happened. Like the moment it broke, it was on the radio. I was living in Florida at the time, so we was driving from somewhere and it just bam popped on the radio.
No, it was he got shot, and he was
got
like,
shot, right.
"Oh, okay, he
Yeah,
gonna live because he done got shot plenty of times. Like everybody
That's
thought
what
that
it
nigga was
was,
gonna live.
Yeah.
He got shot like so many times before
That's
that.
right.
That's
Everybody
what
thought he was
like a
gonna
whole
live.
week.
And
I
then when he
remember
died, and he was like, "Oh, he
Yeah.
died." Like,
I thought it was a joke. Like,
Yeah.
nigga ain't supposed to die. Like,
I just remember like the subsequent like war in the city when Tupac died, which is a
'cause he
wild
was
thing.
out there.
yeah, that's right.
Like I
forgot about
remember when Orlando got shot. I remember that shit because it was at that gas station right across the street from Compton High, like literally right across the street. Like I remember when that shit happened and niggas was talking about it.
Damn.
But it was so far removed because like, you know, where them niggas from is like a little bit further on the west side than where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like we was watching South Side is a little bit spaced out from us. MOB is spaced out. Luders Park is kind of far away. So it didn't really affect us right where we was at because we wasn't involved with it, but it was just a wild thing to see though. You know what I'm saying? To see like the music industry translate to the streets in such a like a wild way. Like, it was wild.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
What about yours, Mr. Tigers?
I'm a little younger than y'all.
If you say that shit one more time, bro.
So
I'm a little younger than y'all, so that shit didn't hit me.
No, if you're a historian, your age is right.
So Uzi first album.
yo, actually,
Before Lil Baby,
I was just gonna say, you knew I was gonna say something about Lil Baby.
It was a menace. You know what I'm saying?
Like 4PL happened and Takeoff's stop playing. So the thing that really caught me was when I saw Kanye West at the Grammys. And he did the Grammys with Daft Punk. And that was the first time we really saw a crossover like that, like on TV. And it was just such a spectacle, the lights and the sounds and the colors, and then the fact that Daft Punk was actually there. And I was a fan of Daft Punk music before I was a fan of rap. So it was weird. You said what?
Are they still broken up?
Yeah, they're not getting back together. That's dark. You can only spend so much time with another man before it's just like, this is weird.
Facts.
Me and Rock got like 1 year of being cool.
That's
a joke. Damn. But no, seeing that in front of
with you, bro. You brought us.
That's why it's funny.
Jesus.
But no, just seeing that fusion of genres was just insane for me as a kid because that just didn't exist at that time. You know, it's the first time it happened. Then, you know,
not to cut you off, that's the first time something like that happened in your life because we do have Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Yeah.
This is why I started with I'm younger than y'all.
No, we talking about 50 years of hip hop, so we just go clarify.
We can teach you the process.
That also went on the Grammys.
No, but we just saying you at that point you never seen that. For one, that's rap is supposed to be dead tomorrow at that point.
Yeah, fact. That is a fact.
I got another one. All right, another one of my favorite moments is watching Snoop perform "Murder Was the Case" at the Grammys. That shit was hard. That's
a crazy one. That's a crazy one.
When he walked out on that wheel, and when he came out on that wheelchair and he hopped up, and then he started rapping, because everybody thought he was in a wheelchair. They thought something happened to him.
Yeah.
That shit was hard.
I say basketball players having their own shoe. I mean, rappers having their own shoes. Like the S dot and the G units, like that, and not just like a shoe they wore that was like given to them like a shell toe with your name on it. I mean, like a shoe.
Model,
you know what I'm saying? Like that was heavy for me at the time. Like I couldn't believe.
I remember that. I had to buy S dot because I had to choose.
I had both of them at a point in time. You know what I'm saying? And it happened all of like 50 and Jay-Z did the commercial together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did you hear the backstory behind why that happened?
It was, what was it?
Hip hop story here.
Because Irv acted like he was finna sign Nas.
Oh yeah, and then that's what it was. That's why
he told Hov it's just business. And Hov was like, "You right." And he went and did the commercial and shit with 50 and them niggas went on tour.
Yeah,
and he was like, "It's just business." That shit grimy.
Don't play with that nigga. That nigga Hov said, "Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me. I ain't mad at you, bro. I feel you. Don't play." Irv was tripping with that shit as well. Like, what are you doing, bro? Why would you go try to sign Nas and you've been a Jay advocate for years? You've been a part of the start of it. Like, why would you try to do that?
Irv was desperate, bro.
He was at the time. It was getting ugly for the niggas, bro.
I understand,
man. It was getting ugly for him. Like, it's fucked up what happened to them niggas though. For the feds to hit them and say, "We're gonna take away your money so you can't fund this other."
Before that though, they was on a decline.
Everybody, they really was on a decline when 50 really started coming up though. If you want to be honest, they was, bro. Like it was kind of on a decline when 50 started coming up. It was Ashanti, bro. Think about it.
Keeping that shit afloat.
If you go look at Ja Rule's last hit,
man.
What was that nigga?
Like New York was like the saving grace for Ja at the time when he dropped it.
Everything.
New York was his last call. That was his last call.
Fat Joe gave him that record after all this shit already went down.
New York was his last call.
That was the last joint for him.
I'm saying y'all saying that they was on the decline when 50 was coming.
I believe they were, bro.
They was.
I believe they were. Like I can't think of what they was doing. Think about
because 50 dropped in 03, right? His debut album dropped in 03. Ja Rule dropped The Last Temptation in 2002. That's him with J-Lo.
That's it. Okay.
The J-Lo record.
The one with him and Bobby Brown. That was that one.
Yeah, he was on his way down.
He was on his way down?
What was the Bobby?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't on that part. He wasn't, but he was.
What's J-Lo shit though, dog? How many you got with J-Lo? 2 or 3?
He got 2 or 3 songs.
Which one? You talking about the ones that he owned or the ones that he wrote?
He was killing the game. Like he was killing the game.
The last one with J-Lo. I'm trying to figure out which one that is.
Oh yeah, it is Thug Lovin'. Mesmerize is on there.
Jenny
That's
from the
it.
block.
I ain't gonna lie, he ain't got no he ain't got no classic album.
Nah.
He got
classic records.
He got some records.
Goddamn.
Rule 316, yeah.
But that's he was on that Jay-Z time. He dropped in 2000, 2001, and 2002.
Okay, he was.
That's why that run seems so crazy.
But he was hitting with hits, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That documentary took me back to like me and my wife was watching it, sitting there like, damn, this nigga Ja Rule is heavy. Like every time he dropped, he was killing the game. Like I give him that. He had his point in time, but he doesn't have a classic album. But he has some. He has an era where he was doing classic shit though. He was from where he came
was
from.
In that gap between right before Jay became Jay, and then right when DMX was on the decline. Like that nigga got to the drugs, and it was.
I wish they would have got that together. The whole murdering thing, the original version of it. The first video they did was some of the
that shit would have went just like how it played out. Their egos would have jumped in.
Yeah, eventually.
That and the commission. That was
I would have even we get the commission.
Yeah, I would have loved to see another Firm album as well. If that would have been possible.
I fuck with that.
I would have loved to see that.
I fuck with the Firm album.
Maybe another Fugees album if we on the group thing. How y'all feel about the best group of all time? Was it Complex or was it Billboard? Billboard, I believe.
It was
they
Rolling
picked
Stone.
Outkast. Rolling Stone. That's what it is.
I thought it was
Outkast.
Who it was, but I
Definitely should have been Amigos.
wasn't.
What?
I wasn't too mad at it.
No,
It should have been number one.
I would have given it to Outkast.
Yeah, I'm not opposed
But
to
they're
that.
like, Outkast isn't a group because it's only 2 people. And I was like, bro, come on now.
It's a duo.
Like we got who's gonna top 50 hip hop duos? Like how many do we actually have?
I feel like they got all the right names there, even if you don't like the order.
Yeah.
They mention the right people.
A lot of people was mad
The Migos was on there, right?
at how high the City Girls was as opposed to some of their favorite hip hop groups.
The City Girls was on there.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, maybe I'm talking about a different list.
I think you talking about Salt and Pepper, maybe.
Billboard, Billboard had a list
niggas
of the
was
top.
mad about Salt and Pepper placement.
They should have been on
It's
there.
2 different lists, bro. It's 2 different lists because the one you talking about is the one that Outkast won they got number one. The other one was
That's the one
Billboard's
I
list,
seen.
which was like the biggest duos or something like that all the time. But if it's Billboard, it's based on Billboard's numbers and like hits and shit like that. And so if you basing it on that, then of course the City Girls are gonna place higher than Black Star. But that's I don't care how you judge. That's like, come on.
But it's like, how do you equate the understanding that the global population has increased and more people are consuming hip hop now? Like that's a really weird metric to rate it by because hip hop has only been the number one genre for a minute.
Well, I mean, your Billboard placement is gonna be
paid for
in the last
There we
decade.
go.
before we even.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
Nobody wants to hear
your budget
Young Miami
determines
say
your
period.
Billboard placement.
Yeah, nobody wants to
So
hear
which
you.
list was Outkast number one on? The Billboard?
It was Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give them a little more credence. You know what I'm saying?
But
than
Black Star
Billboard.
definitely should be on that list.
Of all time.
Black
Star all time. I mean, if you're doing like top 100 or top 50,
It was top 50.
Top 50, hell yeah, top 50.
That's what I was
There's
thinking.
50 more groups.
They did
All right.
one album.
What would y'all say is the worst breakup in hip hop to y'all?
Rockefeller.
The worst one.
Rockefeller.
Gotta be the rock.
Cash
Jada
Money.
Pinkett and August Alsina.
What?
I'm finna make this nigga sit in the lobby, bro.
This nigga out. Turn that nigga mic off.
I say that's a good one. Death Row. No, I'm not talking about that.
You talking about the rock, nigga.
Death Row was the breakup. Yeah.
Death
Death
Row
Row
is
is
that.
that's crucial.
If
That's
you consider
crucial.
how it happened and all the ways separate, all them niggas hate each other
Dre
now.
leaving,
I still watch like Bond First. Shout out to my guy on Bond First. I still watch all of his shit because he talk about all the old Death Row stories. Who else?
The Migos breakup is crazy.
Migos is kind of wild.
Like not even being
Considering,
funny.
yeah,
That
that's
with the
kinda
entire
wild.
way that went down
And
is
then for them to
nuts.
lose Takeoff, that's kind of wild. Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else was like a mind. I think Rockefeller was one of the
Rockefeller
heaviest.
had to be the worst one.
Yeah, that probably was the heaviest, just because of the
The way they carried themselves and how it felt, it felt like they felt like a real family.
like you was
know
part of
what
a
I'm
bad
saying?
breakup. You did, like, I
big
swear
sides
you
and
did.
everything.
Yeah, like that shit.
Because bro, we based our hip hop existence on them niggas, man. Like they kind of had the formula for us. Like as kids watching, it was like, damn, them niggas cool as shit.
Nah, the
You know what I'm saying?
second one got to be Dipset. That got to be the one.
Oh yeah, theirs is nasty.
Nigga, when Cam and Jim broke
I
up,
don't give a fuck about Dipset. No disrespect. I don't give a fuck about Dipset.
You can't say that. They say no disrespect. They repeat it.
right? No disrespect.
No disrespect.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck them niggas.
Because I never really jammed them as a group. Like,
so he wasn't really into them at all.
I fuck with Killer by himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Joel by himself.
Right.
Back then,
Okay,
and I fuck with Jimmy by himself.
I took what you said last time about Jewels and Nick.
And that nigga trash too.
Bro, I was listening
That's
to a bunch of
conversation.
verses. I was listening to a bunch of verses and I was like, damn, this nigga Jewels was not
Bro, that
talking
nigga
about
was saying shit, bro. I don't know why we. It was the swag, bro.
Yeah, the swag. The cadence and the swag. Like the way he rap was cool. But
you're not
bars
putting Jewels in your top 100.
Nah.
It's not really a hip hop breakup, but when like Birdman and Lil Wayne had a divorce, that shit was hard.
That is a breakup.
That's a breakup.
They still
I think that whole Cash Money
You
episode.
could put Cash Money in.
Yeah, Cash Money.
From BG
From
going.
Juvie leaving first, to
Manny
BG
Fresh.
going to jail,
Turk
to
going in.
Manny leaving,
Yeah.
to Manny leaving, to Turk going to jail, to everybody else.
This is the crazy
Cash
part.
Money shit was
They
terrible.
regrouped with Nicki, Drake, and all them niggas.
No, that don't count. That's Young Money. That's Young Money. That don't count.
Money followed the same
That
formula.
don't count.
Now, what was he? Wasn't Busta Rhymes on Cash Money for a minute?
Yeah,
It was a lot of people. They had Blink 182 at one point.
They had,
I think they had Limp Bizkit too.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit, Blink
they had
182.
Bow Wow.
Christina, not Christina, Britney Spears was signing Young Money
They
at
had
one point.
Omarion.
Nah,
I believe she was.
Nah, you
Okay,
think about
so
you
this
think
is gonna be
about,
Christina
Aguilera?
Nah, Paris
Busta
Hilton.
Rhymes will sign with anybody. And that's kind of concerning. Like,
He was on Aftermath too.
That's
wasn't he?
this nigga go anywhere.
Why you show up everywhere late?
But look,
Name
some
songs,
of
he does that.
some of them niggas would just go get a check.
Yeah, that's true.
and never drop. I don't think he ever dropped over there.
Okay, I got a dope one. What's one of the greatest hip hop like one of the greatest hip hop acquisitions ever? So like Snoop to Death Row would be mine. I mean Snoop to No Limit.
No Limit.
That would be mine. Like the greatest hip hop pickup, free agent pickups that you wouldn't have expected.
How does that count as a free agent pickup though? Because he had to like do a lot to get off.
He wasn't going back to Death Row. He kind of like on what Dame Lillard on right now. He ain't going back to Portland. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, what you mean? The best is Eminem and 50 Cent.
That's
it.
Yeah.
It's
This nigga
Eminem
50 is
50
dominating this conversation. I just want to let everybody know.
Oh,
That
it's
nigga picked
definitely-
him up as soon
it's
as
definitely-
Columbia got it.
It's definitely 50. Because I really want to say Wayne with Drake.
No, because Drake didn't have a deal. He just picked
He
him
had a
up.
deal.
Everybody had a deal. I did it without one.
He was signed. He was over there with Jazz Prince already.
Right.
No, they discovered him.
He already had the Trey Songz record out and shit.
I was gonna say in the realms of
Lil Wayne is on that
unexpected.
record.
On the Trey Songz record?
Yeah.
I said, man, what y'all talking about? It's Ludacris and Chingy. That's what.
Oh,
Ludacris and Chingy, boy.
I mean, you can say Ludacris and 2 Chainz technically.
Oh, 2 Chainz, yeah. You can say that. 2
Chainz,
Chainz,
yeah.
yep. 2 Chainz.
Yeah, Rick Ross with Meek Mill.
Yeah, that's another one.
I was going.
Nah, Wale.
Expected it.
Wale.
Dipset going to Rockefeller. I never seen that.
that's all.
Oh, they was sounding, yeah.
didn't see
They
that.
was sounding loud, yeah.
That's a big one.
Who signed the Migos?
300.
That's 300 in QC, right? Yeah, when Ja Morant signed the QC, that shit was crazy.
You said well, who?
Ja Morant.
This nigga's an idiot, bro.
Stop. Sorry.
I would say who do y'all feel like is the most prominent hip hop label right now?
This gotta be
Atlantic.
Man, Zach
Yeah.
I was gonna
Atlantic.
say who's he signed to?
can't fuck with Atlantic.
Atlantic.
Nah,
Yeah,
they
you
got
can't
everybody.
They got the cheat code.
Atlantic.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the old Def Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Now,
There's a big motherfuckers who ran Def Jam is running it.
Atlantic kind of came out of nowhere too. Like they was in a drop spot for a minute.
When?
Yeah, they've kind of had a run like for a while.
Because you got to think about T.I.'s over there.
Okay.
Showing his,
Wiz is over there.
showing the marketing for the Tip versus T.I. shit and how they was planning it back in the MySpace
Yeah, that was
days.
the first
and that
verses.
was Atlantic back then. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, that's
Niggas
true.
going crazy, bro.
Nah, that's offending.
Who's everybody's favorite rapper
Currently?
currently?
No, all right, look, change this. Who's everybody's first favorite rapper? Like,
There we
remember
go.
when you
I
first
fuck
got
with
into hip hop? Who's your first favorite rapper? Because I can tell you a couple. I was like, oh
Mason
man, I don't know what I was
Chris
thinking.
Cross, Mace,
Like your five first favorite rappers. Your
Mace.
5 first.
Snoop.
My list is gonna be weird.
Mine's super weird.
Mine's
Man.
weird as fuck. No, Rod, go ahead, Rod.
Caution going.
Wayne. Like early Lil Wayne too. Like
No
early
cussing Lil Wayne.
Yeah. and then I'd probably say 50. Like, if you give me that order, 50 would be the tail end of it.
Like, that's when you first got.
Yeah, but I hadn't even really been introduced to much like.
You wasn't hearing none of the MF Dooms, no nothing like none of that. You didn't do no deep research.
Doom is
nothing.
Yeah, I was a 50 Cent fan
I'm one of the
before
few
Jay-Z.
people who
Fucking Doom hater.
feel like Doom was highly overrated too. By the way,
I'm right there with you.
Nah, man, Doom was
Don't
different.
tell him to be that though. He'll lose his shit.
Brandon, who you got? Who was your 5?
Early back in the day,
Early.
I'm gonna say first was Mason Betha, Mace, Biggie, Hove.
Yeah, that boy's an East Coast tip.
I ain't never seen this nigga with Tim's on. We're the bitch.
It ain't cold.
He said he was in Florida.
Back then, let me see. I fucked with Buster Tough, that Dangerous, the Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See.
Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See.
Yeah, the Extinction Level event, that whole shit, that was tough to me.
Yeah, that's true.
And then that's when I fucked with Outkast. Back then, back in that day. Real tough. Young Andre, young Big Boy.
Young Andre was different.
Shit,
Definitely.
Big Boy too. Everybody
Big Boy
kind of,
was different,
nobody
too.
ever really mentions Big Boy. It always bring up 3,000, but you got to bring up Big Boy.
He don't have 3,000 at the end of his name, so it kind of makes it hard. No, I'm not saying it to be funny. Like you see the name Andre 3000, that's gonna catch you before you see Big Boy.
Always.
Like just from a market. Never mind. I'm crazy.
What's yours?
What you got?
He younger than us, so.
Believe it or not, like
You finna give us the most new age list.
Lil Yachty.
Niggas is hot right now.
you know, my first favorite hip hop artist was definitely Lil Dicky.
What?
I'm being funny. Believe it or not, I was the biggest Talib Kweli fan when I first started listening to rap.
Talib was tough.
When the fucking Hostile Gospel, the sample caught me before I ever heard the words, and then he came in. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this man talking about? Because my uncles and shit, when they listen to rap, they listen to deep south shit, and I don't really like loud sounds. So like, I'm not autistic, but like music that's too loud, fuck with me. It's so
sound like loud sound.
I know. And so he had like 34s in his trunk, and the bass is fucking with me. So to hear, like, you know, so down south shit is bass heavy. So to hear Talib and the music's not super bass heavy, and I can hear what this nigga is saying, like, yo, this nigga's going crazy.
Right.
So Talib, I loved old Eminem.
Yeah.
Like I can still quote old Eminem verses like right now, like because he was just so fucking demented, and as a kid, I really could relate to that. I wasn't doing that shit, but I felt like it.
That nigga's not making it in today's rap.
You know what I'm saying?
Old Slim Marshall, that nigga's not.
But it's funny, right? Because
That nigga would have been
I
off.
think I was like, man, if Tyler the Creator had started 5 years later, he wouldn't be here today.
Tyler was wild
Because
too.
he was wild too. But so Talib, Eminem, who else did I listen to heavy when I was like first getting into rap? I like old school shit. Like I can't think of the nigga name. Old shit. No, like because skateboard music is classic hip hop. So in the 2000s, they was listening to shit from the 80s. Curtis Blow, but that's not who I was listening to. Kool Moe Dee was one that was big.
There you go.
Kool Moe Dee was huge. But then there was like the people out of Minnesota, the rhyme sayers. So like Slug and Brother Ali and like those types of cats I was into because they were rapping about shit that was different from what I was hearing every day. And not that I have an issue with Southern rap today. It's like I understand why it is what it is and how it places and how it works and how clever some of that is today. But as a kid, I just didn't get it. Like I got tired of it. So those type of rappers kind of appealed to me because y'all are rapping about some different shit. Like you couldn't tell me Slug wasn't the best rapper ever when I was listening to Slug as a kid. Of course, I feel differently now because I don't think anybody's seeing Daylight or Jay Electronica, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, as a kid, I was listening to a lot of the older, like when MCMI, people call me Milk. Like that was my shit as a kid. What the fuck is he listening to?
Right.
But that was all the music in skateboard culture at that time.
Yeah.
Milk is chilling.
I'm gonna go Bow Wow. Bow Wow first. Ja Rule second.
It's getting crazy.
After Ja Rule, it was 50.
It's getting wild.
Why you say that?
He said it's getting wild.
Cause you started off with Bow Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, think about my age group.
But think about Rakim Al-Jabbar.
Me and Bow Wow.
That's like two ends of the
Me and Bow Wow
spectrum, my nigga.
I'm just being real.
Why every show I gotta have something? You gotta say some wild shit.
Like probably hear lying. I'm telling the truth, nigga. When I was 10, 11 years old, I wanted to be Lil Bow Wow, nigga.
A lot of niggas wanted to be Lil Bow Wow.
Light skinned nigga with colorful eyes, nigga. That nigga had braids. I knew he was fucking hoes.
And he was Michael Jordan.
Why you say pause?
Because you was that light skinned nigga with colorful eyes.
Myself.
I got it, yeah, but still, like,
You got the message.
just the whole case. You said it.
My bad. You right.
Yeah, I had to make
I'm
sure he
just
was
saying.
clear on all levels.
You said light skin. He thought about himself.
Make sure
He felt offended. He
understood.
But nah, I fucked with Bow Wow. After Bow Wow, it was Ja. After Ja, it was 50. After 50, it was Cooper. You couldn't tell me shit.
King Cooper was
Hey,
awesome,
That nigga
on
was
my
different.
mama, I slapped the nigga at breakfast because he said Slim Thug and Mike Jones went harder than Chameleon.
Nah. And I fucked with Switch House.
And I slapped that.
Side 11, Slim Thug. All them was my niggas back. You couldn't tell me nothing bad about Slim Thug. Switch House Chameleon.
Oh, Swishahouse Cooper was way different.
Swear to God, he was the greatest rapper alive
Oh,
back
my
then.
mama, what you talking
Swear.
about? All my first raps sound like
Nigga.
Cooper. I was trying to rap like Cooper.
He used to be whole Chameleon.
Yeah,
there,
that's
nigga.
how
You
I
couldn't
was
tell me
too.
shit, nigga. Like,
That's how I
that
was
nigga was
too.
a monster.
So, Rob, was your first rap name Catrillionaire?
And no, it was King Super because they called him.
I knew it was something close. I knew it.
Because they called him King Cooper.
Right.
And my nickname was Superman
Yeah.
because
The red and blue is crazy.
right. Because of how fast I used to change after the football game. I get back into my clothes real quick. That nigga changed like Superman. I'm my mama.
King Super is wild.
So my first rap name was King Super. Yo, shout out to my nigga.
Yeah.
And after Cooper, it was Zero.
I've
what I'm
never
saying?
been. I can't.
You could never fuck with Ro.
I couldn't fuck with Ro. He was too depressing to me.
Ro was spitting that shit, bro.
Right. I mean, I'm not. I see. I always have to
nigga is
defend myself.
definitely-
I never said Zero couldn't rap. I just couldn't fuck with the
Nah,
shit
I
he was rapping
understand
about.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
no, he can rap his ass off. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But it's just the content he raps about. It's just I can't.
Yeah.
And niggas, I'm working Fort Worth, so niggas all day, every day.
Yeah.
Nigga, listen to this. Nigga, you don't like Ro? Nigga, da da da. Nigga, I done heard every Ro song it is. Nigga, and it just don't catch me, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You've never been that depressed before.
Nah, I haven't. I'm not even being funny. It's just like I just
Nah, the majority of Ro music, you probably, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're not in that mental state, but I'm crazy. I used to listen to Zero before the game.
right. Oh,
Before the football game.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're a wild nigga.
You try to hurt people.
Man,
This nigga was like,
trying to bring
I'll go out here and kill everybody.
but it's crazy how the culture kind of embraced Zero the way it did, but then like a generation later, you have a whole bunch of artists that live in that depressed wave, and everybody fucks with it.
Right.
For sure.
Because I'm like, damn, like if XXXTentacion had been born in that time, he would have been Zero. And now you're seeing, or like even like Joe Budden, how his music wasn't received because everybody's like, what is all this sad shit? And now you're in a generation of nothing but sad niggas.
Right. That shit trash.
You gave yours?
Mine was first Snoop, obviously. Snoop, Criss Cross, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Memphis Bleak.
Man, Bleak is.
Weirdo, okay.
I was a Bleak fan.
Hey, that verse on the first song on Volume 2, he got off on that
Right.
motherfucker.
No,
Didn't Jay-Z write that?
534 is one of incredibly slept
What
on
song am I
projects.
thinking of?
And then
Coming of age.
Oh, okay.
and then Murphy Lee.
I fuck with Murphy Lee.
did his thing.
It was Nelly. Look, it was
They
Nelly.
wanted Murphy Lee to
No,
blow
look,
so
it was
bad.
Nelly at first. It was Nelly, and then like I don't know what happened, or I don't know what song Murphy Lee was on first, where they first introduced it, or maybe that was.
It was probably the St. Lunatics album.
No, it was they did a song
Right.
that he was on, that one of Nelly's first songs that
Yeah, I'm finna say, I
whatever,
think
the
he on
music
Nelly's
video.
first album.
Yeah, he is. But it was when he came on there. Oh, you know what? It was Ride With Me, right? You know how they did the video for Ride With Me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but you know how it's C Spud's
Right,
verse, right?
right.
But Murphy Lee is the one rapping the verse on the song. So
Right,
I was
right.
like, oh, who is this nigga? He looked like me. He my age, whatever,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. And then he started putting out shit. And then he did Welcome to Atlanta.
Oh,
all
nah,
that.
he was on Batter Up on that nigga first.
Right.
I was a Nelly fan too. Nelly first two
Yeah.
albums
Nelly
was
was
crazy,
different.
bro.
No,
you remember
Nelly
when,
was Drake
before
before
Drake was
the whole
Drake,
St.
crazy.
Lunatics album. Shout out to Midge. Shout out to my brother.
forgot
We was
about
on
the
that
whole
shit
Saint
tough.
Lane 6 album.
Yeah, we was rocking with them niggas. It wasn't the greatest rap music you've ever heard. For granted. Don't let me get wrong, but it was worth
that
a
nigga
listen.
Nelly was back.
The Nelly ad libs changed ad lib culture
Oh, yeah,
forever.
between him and Jeezy, it was much different than what you used to.
Jeezy ad lib changed the streets.
Yeah.
Have we already talked about Twista on here before?
As far as what?
Where do y'all rank him on y'all
Yeah, we
top
said he had
whatever?
to be in the top 50. I know we discussed
Top
that.
1,500.
Yeah.
Twista got to be in your top 50.
Facts.
Make you a celebrity overnight.
Who else could do that style? Man, I'm
Nobody.
saying like Twista different with this shit.
Let me see. All right, we already answered that.
He a
All right,
big
listen.
nigga too. Like you wouldn't imagine a person of that size being able to do that.
All right, so listen, we always have conversations about shit, right? You know, we talk about music, we talk about a lot of shit. We gotta keep it 55th on a lot of shit, right?
Gotta keep it 55th Street.
You 5 me?
All right, so where do y'all draw the line? And Bryson, you can definitely chime in on this. So where do you draw the line as journalists, media personalities when it comes to posting clickbait type topics? So, or controversial shit just to draw attention or traffic to your shit. So, like, where do you draw the line on that? If you know something that's gonna get clicked, are you gonna do it for the sake of it getting clicked, or the integrity is gonna kick in at some point?
I feel like that determines whether you a blogger or a journalist.
Right. Is it hard to avoid those topics? Like when you know you can, kind of like what we just said before we got on. Like if you ask me that, I'm not answering. And so you knew going into it that you wouldn't. There are certain people that don't have that ability to be like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do it anyway, right? So like, is there a topic specifically that you would never discuss?
I don't want to push the conversation forward yet, but there's something kind of pertinent here that I want to speak on. But I'm gonna hold it because I want to try to get y'all opinions out.
Okay.
But like it came in my head, I was like, wait, no, don't say that yet.
I ain't speaking on like dead people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that. Like I ain't disrespecting the dead.
Right.
You know, the dead people, a nigga wife and a nigga children is always off limits. You know what I'm saying? The elders, I'm not gonna disrespect my elders for no clickbait and no shit like that. Elders, women, and children, they automatically got a pass.
Or some petty ass beef.
Yeah, I tend to
It depends on how petty I feel that day, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I try to stay away from
not no real beef. But like some petty, rapper or media journalistic piece.
Unless you bring it up, then I'm gonna dig deep into it. Pause.
No, I probably say that or any street. Any like real
we ain't
street
talking about
shit.
no street shit.
Yeah, any real street shit that comes up, like, I'm not gonna discuss it. Or anything related. Like you remember we was doing that AllOva radio early, and a nigga tried to get me to speak on like an organization for the community, right? It was like some shit. It was some dope shit too. But it was a nigga who was from an opposite neighborhood of where I'm from in Compton, and so I'm like, bro, I can't get on here bigging this nigga community. I don't give a fuck. What are you doing for the kids? Like niggas gonna be like, nigga, what are you doing? So it was like, nah, bro. When I told him when you bring that up, I'm not gonna say a word.
Nigga would have got hella phone calls.
That nigga doing the work.
That shit is deep, bro.
Like I'm not doing it. And then, you know, it was some real shit, but it's just like, you know, those type of things I won't speak on anybody's children. I'm not gonna speak on your relationship shit because I feel like that's like love and hip hop type shit. I can't get into gossip and shit like that. Like there's a few things that I won't do that if I did do, I feel like we could take this shit to the moon and back. Like if I really came in here with a list of like hot topic shit and we was just throwing it out every week, oh yeah, we blasted shit through the moon. You know what I'm saying? But I think my refusal to do that will always kind of keep me where I'm at.
You gotta have some form of integrity no matter what you're doing.
Nah, man. Shout out to that man. Shout out to hip hop. 50 years of it. You know what I'm saying?
So with that,
man.
Let's get into music picks of the week, man. Somebody give me something, bro. Give me something. What y'all listening to? Whatever you listening to.
I've been heavy on the Mexican OT lately. Pause.
Really?
Yeah, because I like Johnny Dang, but he got a record called Kick Do Click, and that just is it's dark and demonic sounding, and I fuck with that all day.
I say recently.
On my shit.
Oh, you on that Only Built? That boy's on Only Built for Cuban League. Shout out to you for that.
That's what you on?
Yeah, I on the playlist.
Yeah,
I'm on that.
First song, 28 seconds.
I'm on that. Sabrina Claudio.
Okay, I always got to.
You said I had to set the mood.
Sabrina Claudio.
I've been listening to a whole lot. Now, don't get me wrong, bro. And I feel like as an adult, and I told my wife this, and I'm always one of the people who can admit when I'm wrong. But I didn't listen to Frank Ocean's Blonde album.
What?
Yeah, because it was the gay thing at the time. And I'm man enough now to admit that. You see what I'm saying? At the time, it was new territory for me.
Tough,
Nobody was as accepting of somebody they were listening to being gay and making gay music. No, I'm
how many rappers are? Never mind.
It's crazy you say that because Swim Good started playing in my head the other day when I was walking, and I was like, he had to be talking about some pussy on this song.
Probably talking about cocaine.
But he called a nigga tornado.
Okay, we're getting off topic. But so I've been listening. I had to go back and listen to Blind, so I was listening to that. I've been listening to the new Conway, the last Conway shit.
Oh yeah, that shit was hard.
The one he do his shit.
Did y'all fuck with the Michael? The Killer Mike shit?
Nope.
You ain't fuck with that shit?
I did.
I ain't heard it yet.
Nah,
I fucked with it.
I ain't heard it
It
yet.
was tough.
I like it.
And then Currency and Harry Fraud, of course.
Shout out to the Swag.
That was another one.
Did y'all listen to The Fiend yet?
No, not yet.
Latest Fiend?
Nah, you fucking with that shit.
That shit kind of cool.
My
He got a song with Mac on that. That kind of tough.
I'm gonna have to tap in. He got a song back.
my homie Donnie Domino, he dropped a song called Park Lane.
Okay,
That shit hard as fuck. Some R&B shit.
Okay, yeah, I think I seen you post that shit or something like that too.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
I'm gonna take it back. Oh, go ahead.
I do like that Jason Lyric Chills record too.
Okay. Any other opinions on that record here? All right.
Yo, niggas.
All right, look. So this is what I was.
Niggas let me get this shit out.
Get it out. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all.
God damn.
That nigga silenced me.
Yo.
I'm gonna tell the truth.
I was listening
I got
to.
chills, nigga.
I was listening to the Rose Star Baby, and I listened to Davies' new album.
What you think about? What's your quick review of those two albums?
Davies, I like Davies, man. I always like Davies.
Okay, does it sound like all the other Davey shit that he's dropped up? Because that's
You know
why I
what?
stopped listening to
It
him.
do.
That's the only reason I stopped listening to
It
it.
do.
It's not like he was making the same project over and over again. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to get out of there.
Dave's just coasting.
Yeah.
What about Dero?
Dero is, if you like that old Texas sound, like that, what you was talking about, like the whole Swisher House sound back then.
Do you like it?
They
That's what I
said they was
asking.
trying to bring it back around, bro. That's what this PR team told
Oh,
me.
you said you do like it?
Yeah.
You like the new Dero?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You heard it?
Sound like you was scared to say that.
Your new Duro?
Nah, I didn't even
You
know
didn't
it was
go to
out.
the mixtape release, the album release? Nah,
I had
don't laugh, bro. That's not.
I had a couple prayers I needed to get off that night.
I just asked the question.
He said, "Don't laugh while he's smiling."
That
Like,
nigga is crazy
I'm
sometimes.
trying to ask a straight up
Perfect
question,
setup,
bro.
my nigga.
You knew exactly.
But listen,
Setup.
before we get out of here, we gotta address.
Oh yeah, come on.
I got the concept of the album. I like it.
We gotta address. My mic went off. This shit, so there we go. We gotta address Conehead Bryson.
That's what you trying to say.
Y'all see my nigga Bryson
I took the picture.
at the trial, right? You gotta understand they wouldn't let him wear a hat in there. Otherwise, he'd have had the hat on, and you never would have known.
I'd been in there.
You know
My
what I'm
boy
saying?
Trout Daddy Paul.
Hey, that nigga, he seen that picture. I screenshotted that picture as soon as I seen it. I said, "Oh, I'm on this nigga."
No, this is shout out. First of all, shout out to Bryson for being all over hip
Facts.
hop
Nah,
media
for
for
real,
the past
though.
couple of
Yeah.
weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, just round of
That's a
applause for
major
you,
case,
bro.
for sure.
Facts,
Yeah.
like, and literally all over
And
it,
it
bro.
went from taking the shit to
Shout out to
posting
whoever
about the trial.
caught Bryson in a bathroom. Get us in the comments, man. We got some.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And shout out to the nigga that hit me up and was like, "Hey, bro, is that Bryson dude? Ain't that the same dude that be on y'all podcast?" I said, "Yeah, man." He like, "Man, you need to tell niggas that that's who that is." I'm like, "Nigga, I'm not finna try to get shit off this nigga." I'm like, "What I look like getting on here like
Nigga trying to plug this shit.
right here doing it.
we're gonna interview him about the
I'm like, nah, man, niggas know, but nah, shout out to you, bro. That shit is crazy. Just how's that shit been, bro? Like, is it as wild as a hip hop trial would seem?
Are you officially YNW Smelly?
That's a good one.
Knocking him out the park right now.
Oh, shit. Hell no.
Nigga knocking him out of the park.
Oh, shit.
How's that going though, bro? How's
It's a new experience, man.
Yeah.
I thought like this nigga been locked up for like 4 years now. So I'm thinking like, all right, people gonna be interested in the trial, but not as engaged as they are right now.
Right.
That nigga numbers
This
steady
nigga
going
got
up and
yeah,
everything.
he got real fans, boy.
Yeah.
And then when I posted I posted one tweet where I compared his numbers to all the
y'all
special
seen
features
that.
on his project, and he's still doing bigger numbers than them.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts.
Shout out to the label, man.
That's a fact. Keep spinning that shit.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
think,
saying?
the label didn't have nothing
Shout
to do
out
with
to
that
Melly.
shit. They left that
Support.
nigga. Look, if you ask me, they left that nigga for dead. As soon as he got arrested, or
That
as soon
was
as he
it?
surrendered himself, they was like, you know what,
I bet they ain't leave the masters for dead.
man, they
That
getting
murder
all
on
them
my
checks,
mind.
boy.
Niggas say, hey, that murder on my mind, y'all lock that down. That's gonna come back to haunt
Nah,
me.
when they saw how them numbers, he started when the trial started. He had 9 million streams,
Right.
Still, and like since the trial went on, then it jumped up to 12 million.
Yeah.
Murder on My Mind is almost at 1 billion views. I mean streams. This nigga Fredo Bangs drops a song called Free Melly. That shit went. It did 1 million
he knew he was
streams.
do it.
That nigga did. He did it in a week. Within a week, he had 1 million streams.
That's crazy.
And that was like his fastest.
Of course.
All right, look, I'm gonna ask you a question right now. You think he did it? Yes or no? No, you ain't gonna answer. I'm just fucking with you.
Shit, I'm not in the trial. I can answer that shit.
Did he actually?
Nah, look. People be really asking that shit all the time. They be like, "Yo, you think he did it or whatever?" But in my eyes, I'm like, that nigga could have been in a room with everybody with their camera phones out, and he could have blew somebody's brains out.
Right.
And if his defense gets him off,
He didn't do it.
it don't matter what the fuck.
It's a fact.
It's like opposite to Tory trial for me.
Right.
Nah,
Yeah, it
Tory
Tory didn't do that
Yeah,
shit.
shout out to he did that shit. He did that shit, bro.
Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, baby. Listen,
He did that shit.
Protect
Yo,
our black women out here, baby.
Yo, you want to have you a good rapper, baby? Come get you a fat nigga from Dallas. I got you.
Got you,
First
baby.
summer without Tory, he out here.
For real. And I go to war with all these niggas that think they get shot.
she out
Fuck
there
them
with the mad
niggas.
sheep.
They mama didn't love them. That's why
Bro, I'm
them niggas
sitting
stop
right
watching
here.
niggas
My
shot.
mom loves me.
Oh, whatever. Fuck this nigga too. You hear me right now?
Wow.
Fine.
For Meg?
They homies.
So when she shoot your ass,
Yeah,
She can shoot me all she want.
Facts. Any upcoming projects, rappers at the table? Rakim, you always got something, bro.
Big Baby
Come on.
Thanos
Part
Deluxe.
3. Part
Big Baby
3.
Thanos Deluxe.
It's a deluxe.
It's a deluxe.
Yeah.
I still ain't on no feature on that.
nigga, big man. I ain't got not one call.
rap and big beats.
I was gonna say,
Big
let me
Baby
get a
Thanos
skit or
Deluxe.
something, nigga.
We got Oscar Toppin coming.
There it is, yes sir.
And then ironically,
I'm capping. I did the intro for
I'm
both of them.
finna throw something out there that both of y'all could definitely get on. I don't even got no name for it, but I got a gang of records. Y'all know how it works. So we finna flood the streets, man.
Pink Tigers, what's going on, man?
Finishing a book right now.
Oh, okay. Shout out to you for that, man. You get a
Finishing
round
a
of
book.
applause for that. That's not even a horn thing. That's really
Right.
Thank
Right.
you.
Look,
Thank you.
right.
Very sophisticated.
Yeah, man. Let's tie that in there.
But I got a record called Sex, Drugs, and Bad Habits that I'm actually engineering right now that I'm eventually going to put out. You've heard that record? Have you heard that record?
Record should have been out last year, but whatever.
It's all about timing.
It can't just be like, I'm proud of you for doing everything on your own. Like, I ain't got no team, no nothing.
That shit.
Right.
Put that shit out.
Like, make your own beats,
Hey,
rap over the
this
shit,
nigga
then
got
mix
This
it.
nigga got 2 whole albums that's done.
That's a fact.
Right.
They both fire as fuck. You know
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
That's a-
He just
listen,
need to put them out.
I'm not mad at that.
Oh, I got a book dropping too. It's a poetry book called The Unlucky
See, it
Lover.
couldn't just be me,
That
right?
shine right away from you.
You got it, bro. You got it.
Man, listen, shout out to the.
I'm gonna talk to your dead people. How about
Shout out
that?
to shit.
Good luck with that.
Shout out to my brother Job Born, man. Record.
Beasley.
We just dropped a record, the Black Pill shit. We did the video for
Fuck y'all drop a record. How the fuck I missed that?
Yeah, we dropped the record probably like a week ago.
This nigga here.
He just came out the blue and was like, hey, you want to put out some of this unreleased shit? I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, either we was or I was going to re-rap these verses or somebody else's beat.
Boy, you called me right on time.
You called me right on time.
For real though.
You know, we don't have no records together either.
No, we don't.
Yes,
That's
y'all
something
do.
we definitely, no, we got one. So we
Yes,
got
y'all do.
Yeah, I'm just talking about just me and
No, we got to
Caution,
tie in, though.
the dynamic duo.
I just
shout
want
out
to take my credit.
Shout out to all the podcasts I'm working on, man. I got a bunch of shit right now. Like, shout out to all the shit that's going on. Shout out to Bryce and all the shit you got. Clark, I need some shoes of the week, bro. You got anything this right now?
Shit, just off the top of my
I know you
head.
just
Don't
had a
mention them
kickback.
Drakes, 'cause them
I know you
shits
just had a
ain't
kickback.
Them Drakes is hard.
Them Drakes is not.
Hey, low key though, that
Drakes is
last
not
last
tight.
clip I put. He said
You said what?
Tight.
You don't like the Drakes?
Hell no.
Nah,
This is terrible.
You don't like
What
the-
are they?
you don't like
What
the
are
black
they?
and white?
We right
They
here.
basically like remix Jason Kids.
Please show it to me.
Them hoes is fire.
No.
Shit.
Them hoes is fire. What colorway he show you though?
No, I'm not putting those on my field.
No. What colorway did he show you?
So he showed you the picture. This is the first one, and you was like,
I don't want to see that. No, you don't do that.
Because that's the
I
nigga
didn't
who's
even
wearing
bring
the
up
shoes.
Aubrey.
Nah, you gotta show the shoes, Glory. Why you do that, my
He
nigga?
showed me
I
the
did.
shoes.
I
That's
showed
the
you
You
next
show the blue and
picture.
white ones.
Yeah.
Now them hoes ugly. I ain't talking about
No matter what color scheme you throw.
The black and white was hard, bro.
The black and white is
Clark, bro.
I'm not being a hoe. I'm being
I want to take credit for starting this debate. That was me, your host,
man.
Giovanni P.
I'm not
Titus in the
putting them
building.
on my feet. Are you kidding me? With that hairstyle, if that's the nigga that's wearing them,
The nigga at the Mike B. Beef with Mike B.
those look a little bit better.
That's
They do look like the Jason Kidd.
They look like the Jason Kidd.
I don't wear basketball shoes no more either. I'm completely out of it.
No Jordans either.
Only Jordans I'm wearing is ones.
Hey, them 13s just finna drop hard
Only
too.
Jordans I wear is ones, bro. And I think
What's the name of them hoes, Clark?
It ain't got no.
The name of the ones that's finna drop, the 13s,
But in the color you talking about?
the white and gray ones.
It ain't. I don't think. But the Flints, you talking about those?
Nah, they like. I'm finna do
Show them to me. You gonna have to show them to me. But nah, the shoes. The only thing I can say right now is big up to Kobe. He about to drop a bunch of shit.
Oh, they put out some shit they've been holding on.
They're putting out a bunch of shit that, especially with the next year being 2024, it kind of resembles to his number.
Yeah. Now, ask me this: why did they do DeMar DeRozan like that when they was trying to say he was going to be the signature Kobe model, and then Kobe's wife came out and was like, "There's no signature." They was like, "Ain't no signature Kobe athlete." Like,
Yeah, they did kind of do him dirty. Like I seen
this
that
nigga
shit.
got more Kobe's than anybody.
He got all the Kobe's.
They shut my boy down, but no.
He said the Luka 2s is coming out.
No, yeah, that was kind of cool. But it's a whole Luka shoe though. Like
I had to throw him in there.
Yeah, nah. But
I
shout
don't
out
wear
to
no
Kobe though for
basketball
those. You got
shoes.
the reverse Grinches that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
And then he got a whole line of eights.
Did you
that's
say the
coming out next
reverse
year.
Grinches?
Yeah.
So is that the Grinch who gave Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Said a line of 8s that's coming out.
Kobe the number 8s, his 8 signature shoe.
Them
All
shits is
next
gonna be
year.
hard.
Damn, which one is
Those
it?
are gonna be crazy.
That's not the Adidas one though, right?
Nah. He can't. They can't drop no.
That's one of my favorite shoes of all time.
You know, the Adidas, the first
Crazy
Crazy
Eights?
Eights.
Yeah, them
Crazy
are
Eights
so
were
good.
different. Crazy.
Yeah.
I used to love hooping in them shits.
Yeah, man. Anything else before we go, man? Anybody want
Have
to
y'all seen any good movies? I'm gonna let y'all.
movies?
Curious. as to movies.
I've been in my old TV series bag, so I've been going back and watching a lot of old series.
okay.
And now listen, this is wild, but me and the wife been up watching all the old seasons of Power because we had a conversation about Power, and I had to get my fucking point across. So we started at season 1. Nigga, I have Ghost is dead again, so I made it all the way through. And now what I will say is, Ghost was the villain of Power the entire time. Like that is the absolute truth, and I fought that to a T, but it's true.
What you mean he's a villain?
He's a villain, bro. Everything that was going wrong with him, everything that was wrong with the shit was because of that nigga.
It was Tasha's fault,
that
bro.
nigga had no loyalty to nobody,
He had
bro.
the wrong bitch,
that
man.
nigga turned on. He turned on Angela. He turned on Tommy. He turned on
That nigga didn't give a fuck
Keisha. He
about
turned on
nobody.
his bro. The episode where the nigga didn't give a fuck no more, and every time he ran into somebody, like when he told Tommy, "You can't hold on to me
last
no more. You
episode.
ain't nothing with me." Like
Yeah.
he was killing everybody's spirit with every conversation. Like so, I feel like Ghost was the villain. So shout out to Nisa on the 3-Piece podcast because we had this conversation too. He was the villain. I had to watch it again to see it.
I just watched The Wire over again.
I
too.
did that a couple months ago. That shit, I can't do it again.
That shit is hard.
It's too much to do again, bro. Like I can't watch Wallace die again. I'm not gonna do it. That was a
Damn,
fucked up
for
way
real,
for my
man,
boy to
Wallace.
go.
I just love
He was
watching
snitching,
Stringer
though.
bitch ass die. I ain't
I
gonna
did
lie.
too. Yeah.
He said, "Well, get on with it,
My
motherfucker."
favorite part.
Well, get on with it then. When they said that they was gonna piss on him, that shit was the funniest.
I want to dip back into I don't know how big y'all was on this, but Breaking Bad was one of my favorites.
Yo, I just finished Better Call
I never
Saul.
catch on.
and I never got into that, bro. I feel like I
Better
missed
Call
out.
Saul makes Breaking Bad 100 times better.
I'm gonna have to tap in
Because it starts before and after
So it
everything
runs-
in Breaking
it runs
Bad happens.
concurrently. Okay.
And speaking of that, I like Sons of Anarchy too.
Sons of
I done
Anarchy.
watched that shit like 4 times.
I heard that was good.
For real.
Watch Better Call Saul. It's
I'm gonna have to tap
equally as good.
I said I was.
Have you seen a movie called The Drop?
No.
You need to watch that shit.
Shout out to Raheem Maljoy and his acting prowess. I see you throwing this on in there.
Okay.
Drop spot.
And by the way, I got a movie called Mojo Savage coming real soon.
Uh-huh.
I can't tell you the date. You know what I'm saying? My
This nigga
contract
do got his
before.
acting shirt on too.
He does though. This is not rapper rock right here.
I'm a Renaissance man.
He
you
came
feel
from
me?
a golf tournament or something.
I was.
Somewhere where some money was being spent.
Something was happening.
We got the call to be on
Swinging
Brilliant
balls
Idiots.
in holes.
Whoa.
Oh, okay, all right.
I know where you going with that real
There we
quick.
go. There we go.
You had to be that guy.
I watched it. I watched
teetering on that line, my
Snowfall.
nigga.
I watched the last season of Snowfall all over.
You rewatched it?
I've been trying to watch that from the jump. I want to watch it from the top.
I'm gonna start from the top again.
Yeah,
I feel like it was more passionate when John Singleton was there, though. I feel like a lot of them. I feel like the drama in it was deeper, but at the same time, that's one of my favorite shows as well of all time. So I'm
y'all niggas watched a movie called I forgot the name of it. I had it right on the tip of my head.
You know what I keep seeing over and over
What the
again?
fuck is the name of
Fucking
this
the last
shit?
Avatar movie. They are playing the fuck out of that shit on cable TV.
Because
they are
I'm
playing
not watching
the
that
fuck out of
shit.
it. Have you seen it?
I ain't never watched
saw the
Avatar.
first one.
Oh, you never seen either one of them?
Nah.
Oh wow.
You're not missing nothing,
You
bro.
have
I know I'm not.
Mr. Nature.
You're not
You're
missing
a
nothing.
damn lie.
Hey,
You
well,
ain't missing nothing. The highest grossing movie of all time. You ain't missing nothing.
Them shit's like 5 hours long.
That shit is amazing. Both movies are amazing.
I ain't seen that
I know
one.
I'm not. I done caught a
That
couple.
shit's
I done
amazing.
caught a couple of clips. It's some bullshit.
I fell asleep on the
Avatar: The
second
Last
one.
Airbender is better than
my
Avatar
God.
for
Shout out
niggas.
to the last Airbender for shit.
You want to learn to use your chakras,
I
nigga?
might watch that shit
They
tonight.
explain that shit in everything. If you want to move Earth with your fucking mind, nigga, watch that shit, nigga. OG Aang, nigga.
I watched The Departed recently.
I can't believe you didn't mention Lovecraft Country.
That's my shit.
Have y'all niggas seen Black Mass?
No, I heard about
Yeah,
it.
Whitey Bulger.
Jet Li?
No, Black Mass is with Johnny Depp,
Johnny-
where he's playing Whitey Bulger.
Whitey Bulger, yeah.
Same kind of shit
I
as The
just
Departed.
watched all of the Pirates of the Caribbean recently.
That's some good
Yeah,
shit.
that shit.
watch that.
Towards the end of it,
This
that
all
shit
right
be
here.
crazy.
This is what I was gonna say. The Barbarian Street or something like that. Watch that shit. It's some wild shit.
I might
It's
check
like-
that
I
out.
asked that
horror
question
movie.
and
It's like
told
a
you
scary
about
movie.
this shit that
I
I'm
watch
watching.
all the Harry Potters every week. That don't count.
Literally.
I ain't never watched none.
I've
of
never
that.
seen
I
it.
watch all 8 every
Y'all
week.
Harry Potter's Lord
I
of
ain't
the
never seen
Rings.
Harry Potter. I've never seen none of them.
Y'all ain't never seen Harry Potter?
Never.
You got kids. You niggas is flagrant.
Well, I said it's 5 and my daughter's 7.
I watched Harry Potter with the
He was like
Harold
10.
Potter.
He was like 10 in the first movie though.
That nigga's a grandfather. I'm not watching Harry Potter. I'm not into sorcery and all
Oh,
that
my
kind
bad.
of
I'm
shit.
sorry.
That's why I said for them
I'm a
it's not gonna
street
be.
nigga, bro. I
That's
don't get
my
into
shit.
sorcery.
But you watch Avatar.
I'm a street nigga too.
But you watching Avatar.
I know that's fucking fake. That's like watching the Avengers. I'm not watching fucking Harold Potter, bro. I'm not doing
Harry
that.
Potter is Harold.
Harold Potter. That's Harry and his elders.
Something about this just feels racist. I don't know.
Coming out with.
The niggas trying to bang on the nerves. I don't give a fuck about your
It's no
gay stuff.
Kristen Hall,
Hey,
I'm not watching
I
no
don't fucking
fucking
care
wizards.
about none of
Who's your
that.
OG Harry?
Yeah.
We got wands and shit,
A
nigga.
4-leaf gown and a magic wand turning niggas into frogs. I'm good, bro.
Yeah, nigga.
Why we watching
He
New
said
Jack
those
City? I
dimensions
watched
are
New
from
Jack City
Detroit.
the other day.
But you watch Avatar.
I did.
So it's like you. This
I
is the
enjoyed it.
same
New
shit.
Jack City is crazy.
Yeah.
New Jack City is a wild movie. Nah, but the reason I asked the question is I was wondering if y'all like watch like the survival shit, like Naked and Afraid and shit like that.
I used to.
I watched them.
No,
all.
they
The
got
early
this
versions
shit.
of Naked and Afraid I used to
No.
watch. I ain't gonna cap.
They got this shit called Alone. It's like Naked and
Yeah.
Afraid 3.0.
I
It's
watched
just
that
a
shit,
one
yeah.
person.
Watch
It's
that
one
shit.
person, but they get 10 items. If you last longer than anybody else,
Shit on
pause, you get $500,000. If you last 100 days in the wilderness by yourself, you get $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Only one person in 10 seasons made it 100 days.
Oh, it's on
Oh no,
Netflix.
there's a chick
I
on
think
there that
so.
turned a
Check that
fucking muskrat into a hand puppet. It was talking to herself with it.
Oh, hell
Because
no.
the shit gets crazy.
crazy.
Crazy, bro. Isolation for one, and then the wilderness together just equals you going.
Nigga,
to
I
fuck
would
crazy.
meditate for 52
I'm a
days to
fan.
be straight.
I'm a fan of them cricket cop shows.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been watching that shit on YouTube. I ain't know
watch,
it was no TV show, but that's been my YouTube shit recently.
Cricket cop show.
Like I watched Chicago PD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my shit there. I've been watching.
Is it like real, like how cops used to be back in the day, or is it like some scripted shit?
It's a regular
scripted,
TV
yeah,
show.
it's a
Yeah,
regular
it's a regular
scripted
sitcom TV show. Not a
okay.
sitcom, but it's like a drama and shit. But
Yeah.
nigga be getting in and out. It's kind of like Vic Mackey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
that's
interviewed
classic shit right
the
there.
black dude at Essence. The
Oh,
black dude,
Leroy's or something like that. Yeah, that's dope.
That nigga be on there really, like he really from Chicago, but we was talking, like they wanted us to talk about Chicago PD, but he on this other show called Southside. That shit was fucking hilarious.
So he was trying to talk about that. He like
We
I ain't
did.
know
That's all we
that
talked
shit.
about. We didn't even talk about Chicago
Did
PD.
y'all talk
that
about
much.
Lil Durk?
No.
Shout out to Shameless. That's probably one of the greatest TV shows of all time too.
Shameless with Issa Rae?
Shameless, yeah, that was pretty dope.
No,
Yeah, Shameless
No,
is
that's
crazy.
insecure.
Oh, okay.
I said, no, that's insecure.
I wasn't even entertained.
No, nigga.
Whatever, bro. This is crazy.
I guess you put
It's
Oh,
similar.
hey,
shit too.
August 12th, we at the Armory in Deep Ellum, 9 p.m. celebrating 50 years of Dallas hip hop culture.
Okay.
It's a free show.
Who performing?
It'll probably definitely be your last time seeing a Nemesis show. Bobo Luciano, Cottonmouth, Mr. Pookie,
Oh,
Fat
shit.
Pimp,
Fat Pimp.
Yeah, Lil Will and Big Spain.
I think I seen you post. I didn't know what you was posting. I didn't know what that was.
Picasso.
Wow.
And anybody that hear or see this, it's an open invitation. If you contributed to Dallas hip hop culture, pull up, rock 1 or 2 songs. If you're a graffiti artist, do some live graffiti. The B-boys and B-girls is gonna be in there.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? We just all gonna kick it.
Man.
Yeah.
Are y'all gonna pay Lil Will and KBzo?
Yeah, so pull up August 12th, 9 p.m.
Right here, bro.
Armory and Deep Ellum free show, man.
There's not a
Strictly
pitch he
for the
won't swing
culture,
at.
man.
There's not a pitch he won't swing at.
Tigers 22 out here, right?
That boy's trying to get to it.
The nigga brain on clear.
That nigga batting 1,000, right?
That nigga spark plugs that went out of this shit. That nigga out of here.
Oh, listen, shout out to my boy B Original in the building holding it all. That boy got the longest drive out of anybody in the building right now. So shout out to him.
And my homie had a speedy recovery, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
She continues
putting out these hit lists for us, man. If y'all see them bitches, that's not me. Don't hit me up for no hit list. I'm not inviting niggas. I'm just here to facilitate. You got to talk to him or Rakim or Clark or one of these niggas here. That's not me facilitating that shit, bro. I'm not entertaining no rappers. I'm not interviewing you. I'm not asking you to come rap.
Damn.
The only rappers in here I'm talking to is the ones that you see.
I don't know what y'all niggas did, man.
I'm done, bro.
If you want to get on the hit list, hit me.
Hit the homies up, bro. If you hit me and don't get an answer, niggas see me in public.
Damn.
That's how you feel.
Damn.
All over radio.
He said, call me. Don't call me. Shit.
John. That's the other
call
John.
me.
He said his name ain't John no more. It's called Pink Tigers.
Yeah, call
the
me.
artist formerly known as John Theory.
I gotta change my Facebook name at some point.
Yellow Tiger. Call it Yellow Tigers.
I'm
finna change my name again. That's the funny thing.
No, bro, don't change
I'm
your name
changing it
again.
again.
Niggas not gonna know who you are.
Hey, the nigga tried to tell me his other name.
You gotta relax.
I'm like, bro, I'm not going for that shit.
I didn't get one name change.
You got a couple hoes calling you that shit. That shit cool. That's between you and your bitches. You feel me? I ain't never tried to get the homie to call me what the bitch call me. You feel me?
That's not even the situation, bro.
I don't give a fuck what a bitch call you.
So much cap right now, bro.
So much cap. I even call the nigga Pete Tigers. Fuck John Theory.
Right there. Nigga, you have on a 5XL shower cap, nigga. Yes. Because how that conversation even started was...
Oh, you want to clarify yourself?
Nah, before that conversation even started, there was a piece of content that was sent to me with a person who had a name similar to the name that I was called. It was a female in the video. And I was like, oh shit, her name is my name. I wasn't asking you to call me shit.
So you just decided to give yourself a new name?
No.
Like
so it's
like
a long
skin.
No.
Listen to what he. Listen to this nigga brain, and I'm gonna walk the fuck off after this. I sent this nigga a video of a bad chocolate bitch named Gigi, and the first thing this hoe say is her name is my name.
We should be together. But you only told half the story with your lying ass. This nigga really walked out the room.
AllOva Radio. Caution, Mr. 700. Appreciate y'all for watching. Bryson, Blue Paul, Rakim out the bar. Hey, yo, Clark.
Wow.
Podcast Suites. We out of here, man. Y'all be easy.